Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss about chapter 9 tuples. So tuple is also one of the data type, and what all the different concepts we are going to discuss is creating tuples, creating single element tuple that is called singleton tuple, update and delete tuple, tuple assignment, returning multiple values in tuples, and nested tuples. So we'll discuss one by one. So the first one is, what is tuple? Tuple consists of a number of values separated by comma and enclosed within parentheses. Okay, so tuple is also a data type. Similar to list, it is also a data type. It consists of a collection of values. Okay, and it should be separated by comma and enclosed within parentheses. In case of list, it will be enclosed within square bracket, but here it is enclosed within parentheses. Okay, so it is similar to list. Values in a list can be changed, but not in a tuple. Okay, so tuple is immutable. Okay, so it is similar to list only because it consists of collection of values. Okay, the values can be changed in a list, but in tuple it is not changeable. That means we cannot change the values present in a tuple, so it is immutable. So 2 points we have to note that it should be enclosed within parentheses and the values cannot be changed. Now we will see the syntax. The first one, three forms are there. The first one is how to create a empty tuple. First write the tuple name, then put equal to, then empty parenthesis. Okay, so it is a empty tuple. Afterwards you can add the values in it. Okay, so next one is tuple with n number of elements. That is, I want to have a tuple with a number of values. So tuple name equal to parenthesis e1, e2, etc. up to en. Okay, so it should be enclosed within parenthesis. Next, without parenthesis. So tuple name. So in tuple we can specify or we can initialize without parenthesis also. So it is possible in case of tuple. Okay. So whereas list will be enclosed within square bracket, here you can specify with the parenthesis or without parenthesis. Okay, that is possible in tuple. Let us see the example. My tuple 1 is equal to 2356. So number of elements, so integers and characters and string is also given enclosed within. So I have initialized my tuple 1. Print of my tuple 1. So you will be getting the values printed. Okay, and it will be enclosed when it showing the output. It will be enclosed within parenthesis. Okay, suppose I want to access each element. How can I access each element of a tuple? Similar to list, same concept only. Similar to list, we can also make use of index. Okay, so the accessing is possible by using the index. That is, index always like list, the index always starts from 0. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, like that it goes on and n. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the last will be 6. Okay, so we can access each element separately by using the index. So I can write print my tuple of, I am writing my tuple of 0. So what happens? 23 will be printed. The first element will be printed. So this is how we can access the tuple element. Next, how to create tuples using tuple function. Okay, so what is the syntax? So tuple name equal to tuple. Okay, so we have to write tuple. The name of the function is tuple, and so list element should be mentioned. So tuple is the function name, and we have to mention list elements within square bracket because we are mentioning collection of values. So enclosed within a square bracket. So the tuple will be created. So we can see the example. My tuple 3 is equal to tuple of 23, 20, 45, 90. So this is list of elements. So I am enclosing within a square bracket. So now my tuple function has been given. So these elements will be considered as a tuple. So my tuple 3 will be created. If I give print, so the value will be printed. So 23, 45, 90. If I give type of my type, already you know about the function type. If I give type means it will specify the data type. So it is giving us the output as class tuple. Okay. So this is how we can create a list by using tuple function. Okay. So here I have given the values enclosed within square bracket. That means I have given the list. We can also give a list name also. Suppose already I have a list like L equal to some values means we can mention tuple of L. Directly you can write the list name also, the tuple will be created. Okay, so by using the tuple function, I can create the tuple. The next one, what is singleton tuple? Creating a tuple with one element is called as a singleton tuple. Okay, so I want to create a tuple holding only one value. That is called as a singleton tuple. So while creating a tuple with a single element, add a comma at the end of the element. Okay, so when you are creating like that, you should put, definitely you should add a comma at the end. If in the absence of a comma, Python will consider the element as an ordinary data type, not a tuple. Okay, so we have to specify by using a comma at the end. If you are missing that, then it won't be considered as a what, a tuple. So let us see the example. So my tuple 5 is equal to 10 comma. So this is a singleton tuple because one value and at the end I have given the comma. So if I give print my tuple of 5 means 10 will be printed. Next I have given type of my tuple 5. So what happens? Class tuple. So it is tuples because I have given within parenthesis and I have given comma also. So it will be considered as a tuple. So it is giving the data type as class tuple. Okay, suppose if I am missing this comma means what happens, then this my tuple 5 won't be considered as a tuple. Okay, simply it will be considered as an integer. So if I give type means it will be showing here as int. Okay, when I execute I'll show that. Next one is update the tuple. How will you update it? Tuple is immutable. The elements in a tuple cannot be changed. Already you know that. So instead of altering the values, joining two tuples or deleting is allowed. Okay. So I cannot change anything. That is, it is immutable. So I can simply join or delete. That is the two functions I can make in tuple. How to join? So tuple 1 with some value, tuple 2 with some values, and tuple 3 I am giving tup1 plus tup2. So what happens? Straight like a string concatenation, simply join two tuples, the elements present in the two tuples, and it will be stored in tuple 3. So if I give print of tuple 3, all the elements will be printed. So now tuple 3 is holding all the elements which are present in both the tuples. How to delete? To delete an entire tuple, the del command can be used. So already you know about this command in detail in the list function. Okay, list. So this is used for deleting. Same command can be used for deleting the tuple also. So del, simply give the tuple name. Okay, we shall see the example. So tup1, some values given there. So print the element of tuple is tup1. Okay, so next I am giving del tup1. So while printing, so it will print the elements of tup1 is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. Next command I have given as del of tup1. So what happens? The tuple 1 will be deleted. If I give print of tup1, so it will show error because already you know when we are using del command, not only it deletes the content, it will also delete the entire tuple itself. When we use for list also the same thing happens. Okay, so it is not present in the memory, so it will show error. Okay, so we can update means that is we can join two tuples and we can delete the tuple. Next one is tuple assignment. What do you mean by tuple assignment? Tuple variable on the left of the assignment operator to be assigned to the values on right side of the assignment operator. So tuple assignment is possible by using simple assignment operator, that is equal to. Okay, so left side you have to mention the tuple variables and right side you have to mention the value, so it will be assigned. So each value is assigned to its respective variable. Now we shall see the example given so you can understand. So A, D, C. So I have given A, comma B, comma C is equal to 34, 90, 76. So I have given tuple on the left side, values on the right side. So this is how we can assign the values, values on the tuple. Okay. So if I give like this, what happens? 34 will be assigned. It is given in the diagram. 34 is assigned to the variable A. That's what given in the previous statement. Each value is assigned to its respective variables. That respective, what is the meaning of respective? That is, first value will be assigned to first variable, second value will be assigned to second variable, and third will be assigned to third variable. That is what given in the diagram. So 34 is assigned to A. Now D will have 90, C will have 76. Okay, so if I print means the corresponding values are printed. Okay, so they have also, we can also not only integers, anything we can assign. They have given expression also. So all the four expressions will be calculated and it will be assigned. Last one, you have a Boolean constant. So 34 greater than 65 means it is false. So false will be assigned to B. Okay. So this is how we can assign the tuple. So make use of the equal to operator and write the tuples on the left side, values on the right side. It will be assigned according to the respective variable. Returning multiple, next concept is returning multiple values in a tuple. A function, generally a function can return only one value at a time. So a function is able to return only single value. But I want to return more values means we can make use of the tuple. So Python function use tuples for returning more than one value from a function. So you will see how to return more values. Okay, so they have given a program for finding maximum as well as minimum values in a list. Okay, so A is equal to, so this is the function def, up to this function definition they have given. Okay, so from here the main program starts, that is num is equal to 12. Some collection of values is given within parenthesis, so it becomes a tuple. Okay, so next statement is max num comma min num is equal to min max of num. When you see this, it's like a tuple assignment. Okay, so variables which is given on the left side is enclosed within parentheses, so they are tuples. Okay, then they have given a function call statement here. This is the function call statement, min max of num. So what happens? Actually, when this is called means, what happens means control will be transferred from here to here. Okay, so it is transferring from here to here. So min max of num. So the values are passed to n. So now n will have these values like 12, 65, 84, 1, 18, 85, 99. Okay, so next statement in the function is A is equal to max. Max function already you know, it returns the maximum value present in the list of values. Okay, so among these, which is the maximum? 99. So 99 will be stored in the variable A. So now A will have the value as 99. Okay, so next step. So from here it is transferring. So A will have the value as 99 because max. Okay, so 99 will be assigned to A. Okay, next statement is min. What is the minimum value among this? 1 is the minimum value. Okay, so 1 will be assigned to min. So return A comma B. So now what is the first value? 99 and 1 will be returned here. Okay, so you will have here 99 comma 1. Okay, so this is how you can see the previous thing. That is already we discussed about the assignment. Okay, so now tuple assignment we have discussed. So 99 will be assigned to max and 1 will be assigned to min. Okay, so 99 will be assigned to max and 1 will be assigned to min. So print of maximum value is equal to max num. Okay, so what is the value it will be printed? So you will be getting the output as maximum value equal to 99. So 99 will be printed. Okay, so next you have minimum value. So minimum value is equal to min num. So what is the min num value? It has been assigned by this statement. So 1. So 1 will be printed. Okay, so this is how we can return multiple. So this function is returning multiple values. Have you seen this? So it is returning two values and they are assigned by using the tuple assignment. Now we will see the execution of tuple. Okay, so first I'm initializing a tuple. Okay, so tuple means we have to put the values, collection of values within parentheses. So I'm simply giving 1 comma 4 comma 6 or some 8 comma 5. Okay, four values I have assigned to a tuple. Okay, so I have initialized a tuple. Now I want to print, so we can simply write print of t. That's all. So the tuple will be printed. Now I want to access each. Next concept, how will you access each element? We can access by using the index. Okay, suppose I want to print the third element, then I have to write the index of the third element. So print of t of, what is the third element? Third element index will be 2, because index starts from 0. Okay, so 8, the third element is 8, that will be printed. So by using the index we can print or access each element of a tuple. Okay, next, how to update we discussed. Okay, so how will you update the tuple? Only we can add two tuples or join two tuples and we can delete the tuple, that's all. Okay, so I'm initializing one tuple t1 as some odd numbers 3 comma 5. Okay, next I am using one more values, that is one more tuple with even numbers 2 comma 4 comma 6. Okay, so two tuples I have. Now you can add these two tuples or join these two tuples by using plus operator. So t1 plus t2. Okay, now I am printing this print of t3, so it will be joined. Okay, so only we can make that is, a tuple is immutable, that is we cannot change the values present in a tuple. We can only join two tuples and create a third tuple, that is possible. Okay, and we can also delete the tuple. So how to delete the tuple means by using the delete command. Okay, so now I am writing del of t1. So now I am giving print of t1. What it will show? It will show error, because already you know about the del command. It is, so it will completely erase it from the memory itself. So tuple does not exist. So it will show error. Okay. So next, singleton tuple. Already we discussed about the singleton. So now I am creating one tuple with a single element. So I am writing t is equal to 8. Okay, so when we are creating a singleton element, definitely we should write comma. Okay, so now I am putting comma. So now I am printing the singleton element, that is a singleton tuple. So print of t I am giving, so it's showing the tuple. So now I want to see whether it is a tuple or not. So I am writing type of t. Yes, it's giving the type as class tuple. Okay, so it is a tuple. So whenever you are creating a singleton tuple, at the end you have to put comma. That's what we discussed. Okay, then only it will be considered as a tuple. Okay, suppose I am initializing one tuple a is equal to 9. Okay, without comma I am giving. Now I am printing print of a. So 9 is printed, okay, without any parenthesis. When we are printing a list means it will be displaying the values within square brackets. When we are printing a tuple, it will be displayed within the parenthesis. So when simply if we are printing any integer means without any parenthesis it will be printed. So it is printed like an integer. So it is not considered as a tuple. So now we shall write the So now I am writing type. Okay, so I'm using the type. I want to find the data type of this a identifier a. So type of a I'm writing. So it is showing int. Okay, now you have understood. It is showing as a int.